This is for both of you guys. If you could just talk about, it seemed like the team had a lot of energy defensively tonight, a lot of second, third efforts, deflections, help and recover. Just kind of talk about, it seemed like you all really focused on that tonight.
So defense is always a focus for us. Offense going to come, but we got to make sure we locking in on defense. Defense turning to offense. So we always trying to get better on the defensive end.
Yeah, that was one of our emphasis. Coming into this game, be consumed by getting stops, winning battles. On the defensive end, that's going to lead to easy buckets on the offensive end. I think we came together as a team and we made it an emphasis. Like the offense is going to come, we're going to get stops. Got to get kills. That's 3 stops in a row, and that's a main emphasis for us. And I think we executed that really well tonight.
You guys had 23 assists on 33 made baskets. What do you attribute, and that kind of goes along with both the exhibition games, to a high percentage of assists on baskets. What do you kind of attribute the unselfishness to, and the way that the offense has gotten into a rhythm?
One thing that really helps that is just the positive attitude and the energy that we put into each other, and just the trust that we have for each other. Like, we all encourage each other to make the next shot. So when the time comes, we're going to hit it,
Yeah, coming together as a team, I think, as the season goes on, it's just going to, we're going to be more, connected as a group. And like he just said, we're encouraging, each and every one of, us to shoot and, to be confident. We know how much work everybody puts in on this team, and the results going to show on the court. And, we encourage everybody, and instill that confidence to everybody, to be aggressive and to be able to make the play. Because at the end of the day, we love each other and we're connected, and, that's going to help us, win games.
Yeah, this could be for either one of you. You guys broke it down on defense. I'm heading out onto the court for the second half. I'm just wondering, when you're up, a 59-15 at halftime, and what was the messaging from the coaches, and just, from each other as you try to, I guess, I don't know, like at that point, it feels like you're up big, but just could you kind of take us through, on what the message was heading into that second half?
So we always got a saying that it's 0-0 no matter what, and it's about the process. So this is one game out of many. So we got to work on playing through the whole 40 minutes and no let up.
Yeah, every media timeout, we emphasize it's 0-0. Every war that's being played within the game, that's a big emphasis for us. And I think, overall, we executed that really well on, keeping that mindset regardless of the score. Coach said it's all about the process, so, we're sticking to it.
Khani, if you could just kind of talk about, this is your second year in the program. Showed like you've done a lot of improvement, ball handling, strength, physicality defensively. Just kind of talk about what you wanted to get out of this offseason heading into year 2.
Just putting in as much work as I can. And when it came down to it, like to the season, leaning on my work so I can have the most confidence in myself and just go out there and play and have fun and be comfortable.
Yeah, going off that question, Mikel, I saw a video of you guys training together here during the summer. Could you just speak to, his work that you saw from him in this season?
I think it's clear cut. Like, the improvement that he made, especially from last year coming into this year, you see it in practice every single day. He brings energy. He's going to be a dog. That's how he's been for his whole life. Me and him been going at it since we were, middle schoolers. So to be able to, have him on my side and know that he's going to have my back, man, is great.
Coach Kelsey is big on some of the advanced stats and metrics in the game. Does points per possession mean anything to you guys? Like, does he filter it down to you all in terms of what he's looking for, like effective field goal percentage, all those kind of little things?
Well, it's definitely points per possession, but I think he's more emphasis on just making the other team miss, so our effective field goal go higher, and making sure we in the 70, 80 percentile. So that's what we strive to get, and I think we did a good job today.
Yeah, that's one of our goals, obviously. But at the end of the day, I think our biggest goal and our emphasis on the season, is just the defensive end. that effective field goal percentage on the defensive end, their free throw rate, all of it. It's going to lead to easier points for us on the offensive end, and I think that's why our points per possession was so high, just because we were playing in transition and we were getting easy layups and easy threes. And that's how we want to play. We want to play in transition. We want to play fast. Getting stops is going to lead to us getting easy buckets. So,
guys, when you get in a game, like every game's not going to be like this, obviously, with the score. But when you get into any game, what's it like to try to fight for your minutes? You've got such a deep team. What's your mindset to try to get yours when you're out there, but do it within the team concept?
I think it's less of getting yours and more of just emptying the tank when we get out there and just help any way you can. And I can be one of the main people to say that, because emptying the tank, you get stuff out of it. You don't worry about stats. You just go out there and hoop, and it usually comes to you.
Yeah, he says it all the time. Coach Kelsey says it all the time, man. Be ready when your name is called. And I think that's, been an emphasis on our team, man. It could be anybody's night at any, given time. Everybody, like I said, everybody puts in the work, so we know what everybody's capable of. And some nights it might be not my nights, and some nights it might be his night. It goes down the line with our group, and I think that's the beauty of it, to be able to say that anybody on this team any given night can to go off. So.
Mikel, it seemed like tonight you really made it a point, especially early in the game, to get into the lane, get shots for your teammates. You were really aggressive going to the hole. Was that something that you were just looking to, kind of put your imprint on the game tonight? Yeah,
that was an emphasis, watching how they play defense. They press a lot, basically the whole game. So coach was putting just an emphasis on attack it. We're not gonna be hesitant. We're not gonna hold the ball. Once you get it, push it. If you could break it by yourself, break it by yourself. So that was an emphasis for me to get in the paint and make plays for my teammates. And I think that's just gonna open me up, to get layups and easy buckets for myself. And like I said, I think that's the beauty of it, to be able to make plays for others, and to see my teammates eat. So.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.